to Lansing for a non-conference matchup to start off. Valley quarterback Matthew Kopko, who actually got a school record in this one for passing yards. He gets the bomb to Jesse Fryer, who does the rest of the work down the sideline and sprints to the end zone. The Sabers take an early 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Lansing would get a look to the offense, get going on third down, but Michael McCracken with a tackle for loss to force a punt for the Bobcats. The Sabers would take full advantage, driving down the field as Kopko finds Aiden Howard for the third consecutive drive for a touchdown for the team, all Susquehanna Valley, to start the game. In the second quarter, Bobcats, Dosh Benson gets a handoff just outside the 10. He would do the rest of the work for the first down of the game for the Bobcats. The game was 42-36 Sabers.